This is the new Legacy with the airbag recall, and this is how to take apart the dash next to the airbag. Right there, I got the shifter off. Fussing with the clip, you can actually do it faster if you keep the clip in the knob. You just need to pull it out a little bit so it doesn't actually need to come loose completely. You can save a little time by not taking the clip completely out. Now you lever up the console trim. Be careful with the snaps, and then pull the trim off the dash and remove the glove box. Quick tug up and then out. Glove box comes right out. Save a little time if you empty it beforehand, but you don't need to. Now we'll pull off the fascia around the radio. I like to start there at the lower right and then work my way around the top, and then the whole thing comes out without breaking anything. Never broke one yet, so working out. Now go to the side of the dash and gain access to the screws. There's 3 screws over there at the Phillips to remove the jabs. Now I go to the top of the A-pillar and lever that off with my trim tool and give it a tug at the top of the A-pillar and it'll come right out. There's probably 6 screws that go around to hold the back of the glove box compartment, and get the one side at the same time. A couple of snaps hold the glove box compartment, the backing in, and you'll give that a tug kind of towards the center of the car, and from the top use the trim tool, you'll see me in a second, to lever off the snaps right there. And now it comes right out. And you use the same tool to disconnect the wires, one for the trunk lock and one for the glove box light. Now there's a couple screws you got to take off the HVAC unit, and actually there's 6 screws in total you're going to want to remove in this area to release the dash from the dash bar, and that'll give you enough flexibility to get the airbag out what's underneath. And really down here in the area I'm working right now, the right side trim is the only one that actually needs to be completely removed. And the 2 lower radio screws, you only need to remove those 2 behind there because they go through to the dash bar. The top ones, you can leave them in. It's not necessary to remove the radio completely. And there's one behind the 8-pillar trim all the way up at the upper right. That's why I take off the 8-pillar. One more at the bottom there. I just got it quick. I'll remove that side trim, passenger knee area. And I like to take off the vent because it gives you a good area to gain access to see the airbag and also to pull with your left hand. You're going to want to lift the dash up enough to get the airbag out. So with that vent trim gone, you can do that really easily. You can see the dash is coming loose right now, but it's not completely loose, and you got to tool up the 10 millimeter on your driver to get the bottom airbag bolts, because the airbag is affixed to the dash beam and to the dashboard trim. So once that's done, you're going to go for the electrical connectors right now in the airbag. There's 2 of them. There's a little green one right down in that area, and you'll get that free and release the connector from the harness. And then there's an upper one which actually secures it to the dash beam on the dashboard. You'll just get that trim loose. I like to use my dikes and cut the plastic tab right now. It makes it a lot easier to pull the harness through the dashboard behind the radio. You don't have to do that, and I cut the green tab off the connector itself here as well because it makes it smaller. It doesn't get snagged on other harnesses. It kind of comes right out, you see. And then now you can see the dash is pretty flexible. And I use my pry bar to actually get in where the airbag has a couple slots and tabs, metal tabs, and you can release the tabs with your pry bar pretty quickly. Once you get that forward part separated, then it just kind of pulls down towards you in the passenger area. And once the airbag's separated from the dash trim underneath, you can move it out to the side like we do in there. And you see the harness is still needs a little persuasion, but I find one hand up in there to push it and the other one to pull it, and a little wiggle, it's out. There we go. That's a 3-hour job of just removing